This episode is sponsored by the Secret Society of Adored Women. If you are fed up with craptastic dating experiences that lead to a mediocre or even non-existent love life, then spend 16 weeks with me, Jen, your romantic fairy godmama, walking in the adored woman world. The Secret Society of Adored Women now has 2 membership options just for you. See you over at the Secret Society of AdoredWomen.com.
You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is Jen,
And Jen,
letting it all hang out for your love life.
examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us, Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Hello, it's Gen 1, your romantic fairy godmama, coming to you today with a single smart female listener question from Miss I Don't Know What to Do. And by the way, she is in London, Ontario, Canada. Okay, dear Jen, I've been dating a guy for over 2 months who did everything right in the beginning. Called or messaged almost every day, planned dates, paid for everything, always picked me up, took me on weekend trips for 3 separate occasions. Then I accidentally called him out in front of his friends saying, "Where is this going? Don't waste my time." There are several other things I can think of that I did wrong. He mentioned on one occasion that I complain a lot, and the other occasion that it's hard to make me happy. I critique a lot of restaurants because I am a foodie, and realized after that I should just say positive things when he takes me out. He also said that I'm expensive multiple times, so I started offering to pay 1 dinner so far. I slept with him after several dates, about over 1 month of dating. Okay. After I called him out in front of his friend, he started calling me less, and it was just increasingly difficult to connect with him. Finally, after we did reconnect, he wasn't as affectionate. He was still sporadically calling, and he said to me that I had told him not to call me every day. I did say that. He said that you're always busy, and I was, because in the beginning he would invite me out too frequently. It was several days that he didn't message me again, but that time it was actually 5 days. And I told him I feel something is off. I said, "You can't expect me to hang out with you and not develop feelings." And she writes that I got this from your podcast. "I don't see this going anywhere, and I'm starting to catch feelings. I don't want to hang out with you anymore, so should we just end it here?" He said, "Okay, I don't know what to say." And after a long pause, he said, "That's fine, that's fair, it is what it is." Now it's been 2 days, and I feel like I am regretting it. I don't remember the last time I hurt this much over a guy. Did I overreact? I feel like I didn't give him a chance to correct his behavior because I was so tired of hurting and so worried about wasting my time. My time is my most valuable asset to me. What should I do? All right, Miss, I don't know what to do. Let's dive into this. Okay, did you overreact? That was your big question. And I'm going to say yes, you did. And I'm just going to call it that way, not because I don't love you, but because sometimes we have to just call things the way they are. The problem I have with women who mantourage date and they do it in just a kind of sporadic way is a patience level. Mantourage dating is not about instant gratification. It is a process that unfolds over time, uncovering everything you need to know and learn and have fun with to create the love life that you want. It doesn't happen in a month, okay? So it seems like let me break this down a little. First off, it seems like you're picking and choosing the things that work for you out of my podcast, and that can be a recipe for disaster. Mantourage dating is a complete dating and love system. It's not a pick and choose this piece. And this is why I tell women all the time, if you're going to listen to me, listen exclusively to me. Don't go to another dating person and try to incorporate both of our methods together. Don't take advice from them and advice from me. If you like their advice, go to them, do their method, their way, their system. Mantourage dating it's not a cycle, it's not a rotation, it's not abbreviated. There is depth to it, there is nuance, and it requires a certain amount of surrender to the process. You've said that your time is very valuable. Well, as a single ambitious woman, every single ambitious woman, especially once you get to a certain level of success, it's all very valuable. And it's not about mantourage dating being extremely time consuming. Now, when you come work with me, absolutely at the beginning, there's going to be front loading. But essentially what you do is you get to a place where it's just everything's flowing to you for the most part. And you might do a tweak here and it might tweak there. And then you learn how to engage with men differently. You learn how to explore who you are romantically in an authentic way, not what society has been telling you to do. And you allow the process to unfold, really learning to enjoy the moment. So unfortunately, yes, I do think that you overreacted. He was doing some great things. Now, there's something I want to point out here. I critique a lot of restaurants because I'm a foodie, and I realized after that I should just say positive things when he takes me out. Okay, first off, I don't want you to make up things that aren't truly you. You don't go out on a date and just pretend that everything is hunky fucking dory when it's truly not. But on the same page, because you're a foodie and you are highly critical of food, maybe dinners shouldn't be your dates right now. Maybe it should be other activities or going to places that you know you love, okay? That you know you're going to have the amazing food experience that you want. And I don't want you to change necessarily, but that if you become less critical over time by having so much pleasure and fun in that, then you can go explore new things. So that's that piece. I don't think you necessarily did that wrong, but I have to say, from somebody who's if I'm always taking you out and no matter where I take you, you're not happy. He's not wrong here. Men want to, and he actually said it out loud, men want to make you happy. And he said it's hard to make you happy. And you have to be willing. It's not his job to make you happy. It's your job as an intelligent, capable woman to make yourself happy and then give him ways that he can step into that and make it even better. Okay? It's not going to be a perfect system all the time, and he is going to screw it up. And I'm not telling you that you should never tell a man when he's fucked up. Let me make that very clear. But if there's no space for him to make you happy, he's not going to want to stay there long term. And there are a few men that will stay there long term, but it's not going to be the men that you're highly attracted to. Okay? He said that you're expensive. Now this, I'm like, don't care. He would not be saying that if the other stuff wasn't going on, okay? If you were having a ton of fun together and he felt like he was making you happy, he wouldn't mind dropping that money on you, most likely, okay? I could be wrong about that, but most of the time I'm not. So, and by the way, the correct answer to that, if a man ever tells you this and it's not lined up with, let's say a man just tells you that and it's not lined up with the fact that it's, with all those other things that he said to you, you could just tell him, okay, well, I want you to know I've really appreciated everything you've done so far, but if any point in time you want me to pay, just ask, okay? And then you just leave it there. Doesn't mean that you have to offer to pay all the time. Just tell him, he can let you know. Okay, so let's go to this after I called him out in front of his friend. And he started calling me less. So, okay, you said to him, what is going on, and don't waste my time. This is where women screw up a lot. And I'm just going to say it. I know as women, we're supposed to be able to want the things that we want. But at what point are we jumping the gun? All right? Just because you want an exclusive relationship doesn't mean he is supposed to want an exclusive relationship. And especially if he's been dating you and he feels like he can't make you happy. This is really important to let sink in. And I know this is a harsh reality, but why the fuck are we as women so damn impatient about getting into a relationship? Because we're insecure. Because we think that when we find somebody that ticks off all the boxes, that if we don't land him right away, that's our last fucking chance. And it couldn't be further from the truth. And that's something we as women need to let sink in. If you're rushing to the relationship, you're missing out on all of the amazing pieces. Mantourage dating not only is fantastic for you stepping into your romantic courage, exploring your options, but it's also the best relationship training that you will ever receive. In-field relationship training. And most of us will not do it because we're too afraid of all of those things. The only thing that counts in our head is that destination piece of being in a relationship. But when we actually take the time to get there and enjoy the journey, meanwhile, we appreciate the relationship more. We value the relationship more. We know how to interact in the relationship better. We know how to inspire him to step up more in the relationship. But when you're giving guys certain types of ultimatum or direction, like don't waste my time, what the fuck? How is he wasting your time? How is he wasting your time by taking you out and doing great things just because he hasn't agreed and said, yes, absolutely 100%, you're the one for me forever? That's not wasting your time. He's allowed the opportunity to court you as well and to get to know you. And it shouldn't be offensive to women if he's not on the exact same page as you just because, you know, he is taking a little bit of time to explore whether or not he wants to make this more long term. It doesn't have to be offensive. Why? Because you have the rest of your mantourage to focus on. So for instance, when I wouldn't hear from my husband for 5 fucking weeks, I was not, and now granted, in my early 20s, I was a completely different person. But when I made this mental switch, I just recognized it as an opportunity to focus on the rest of my mantourage when he wasn't in the picture or when he was MIA. And guess what happened? Instead of me just eliminating him, like so many people are teaching, you know, he's just not that into you. He doesn't really like you, all those things. Instead of buying into all that shit, I didn't worry about it. Instead, I focused on having fun with the men that were treating me in the moment the way that I wanted to be treated in my mantourage. And then he magically started stepping up little by little. But I didn't put him on a time frame in order to get him there. I recognized and I decided from the get-go that I was going to have what I wanted. I didn't attach a face to it. I just knew it was going to happen. It was going to be fucking amazing. In fact, I didn't even think it was him at first. And then slowly I realized, but I didn't attach a face to the outcome. I decided to surrender and let I say God, you might say universe or something else, or the world deliver. Okay? This anger we have at men for not wanting to be in a relationship with us right away when, you know, I mean, a relationship's it's a commitment, it's a long-term commitment. He also has the right to explore you just like you have the right to explore him. And for us women, keep getting pissed off about that. You know, we have become such an instant gratification society. And there's no real joy anymore in allowing things to unfold. If it doesn't happen right away, then it's a failure. You're not a failure just because he doesn't, within a month and a half, 2 months, say, let's be in an exclusive relationship. And it says nothing about your romantic work. It just means in that moment, he's not ready to be your forever man. And that's okay because you don't want anybody stepping into a relationship with you that's not 100% ready to be your forever man if that's what you want. So as we as women have to take some steps back, quit taking it personally if he's not moving as fast as we think he should, and understand what that really means is that you have an opportunity to explore the rest of your mantourage, which probably means, and almost certainly means, that you're missing some gigantic pieces and you're neglecting that opportunity that's being handed to you. So if you feel crazy pants because of it, it's because you're not working the system. If you want help working the system, then come to me. I can help. I'll take you on a deep dive of that in the Secret Society of Adored Women. But you will have to learn patience, okay? Anything good, or most things good, like really good, long-lasting good, don't happen overnight. And I'm going to remind women that I don't do things based on transactional dating. I don't teach something, when he does this, you should say this. First off, there are no absolutes in life and love. So there's no across-the-board advice. There is certain foundation with man-entourage dating that you can study, and I can help you customize it and tweak it to your life. But you will have to learn patience and allow things to unfold. And again, when I was talking about transactional dating, there's no, you do this, this happens. What I teach women is sometimes I'll give them something because it's setting them up for something else down the road later. And it doesn't always work right away. So no transactional dating. You're learning to set him up to win with you. At the same time, you have a man-entourage of men that you're setting them up to win with you, and ultimately you have a handful or less of really high quality, amazing options to pick for if you choose to pick a forever man or even whatever type of relationship that you decide on. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show. As a single, smart female, your time is very valuable. Don't waste it or throw it away with your impatience. This episode is sponsored by the Secret Society of Adored Women. If you are fed up with craptastic dating experiences that lead to a mediocre or even non-existent love life, then spend 16 weeks with me, Jen, your romantic fairy godmama, walking in the adored woman world. The Secret Society of Adored Women now has 2 membership options just for you. See you over at the Secret Society of AdoredWomen.com. Hey, Lover Girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about man-entourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.